Hey, are you still shacking up with me? I'm just kidding. I'm not Willie Moore. But hey, I just want to take a moment to make sure your life is not wobbling and topsy-turvy just because you haven't subscribed. Just stop what you're doing right now while you're looking and just hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're here to get all the notes you can take so that you can have a healthy relationship. All right, go ahead and hit that button. Now back to the show. Welcome to the Strong Marriage Live podcast, part two. Part two.
Where we go? I thought we were done.
We're not done. We're going in. Part one was, we had more to say. So we're talking about again what I wish I had known before saying I do. These are some of the things that we have learned after 32 years of being happily married, and some of the reasons why we're happily married, because now we know these things. But we want to help couples to go into marriage day one knowing these things so that they can start out day one happy couples, right?
Happy, joy, happy, joy, happy.
So in part one, we talked about wishing we would have known how important it is for a husband and wife to be equally yoked.
Communication.
Effective communication.
Conflict resolution and
conflict reconciliation. We wish we'd had known and how to discuss how to raise our children.
Family
dynamics.
In-laws, yes.
We haven't talked about
social life.
We wish someone would have told us that although we're marrying a person that we love, we are getting their baggage as well as ours.
The expectations.
We talked about unspoken expectations, wishing we would have known to voice those and share those with one another instead of just making them, unseen, unheard, but you're putting these expectations on another person.
Life goals.
We talked about wishing we would have known the power in our words. Our words are powerful because we are made in the image and likeness of God. And today we're going to start off talking about what we said what we ended with. We gave you a little teaser in part one, and Coach Chris here shouted out, "Hi, Jean," talking about washing your booty. Okay.
Well, I think it's just very important in a relationship and knowing, how the other person feels about cleaning. Are they really OCD about it? Are they not OCD about it? Are they particular about? Because you have a lot of arguments about not cleaning.
Yes.
Whether or not it's the dishes, whether or not who's going to do the cleaning. I don't believe in doing windows. I don't believe in doing, and you just have to understand who you're married to.
Who's going to dust?
Are we just going to go ahead and save money and get somebody else to come in to do it?
Hallelujah.
Because, when we grew up, we had to do everything ourselves.
Yes.
Or our mamas did everything. But, since we're grown now, different age, different time, different money, there's nothing wrong with getting somebody
different
else.
Attitudes, different mindset.
There's nothing wrong with getting somebody else to come in and do everything.
Nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong.
Hallelujah.
But, you have to understand, you have to talk about those things. And going back to it, you have to understand what hygiene is.
Yes. Oh, we forgot to say who we were.
Oh,
welcome to Strong Marriage Live podcast. I am Coach Tanisha Collins, and this is...
Hey, I'm Coach Chris. Your business coach.
Business and relationship coaches have aligned once again to help you singles who desire marriage, engaged couples, or those already married to make sure they have the best relationship they can for the glory of God.
Let us be your coach, your mentor, your guide.
We're here for that.
32 years of marriage.
Happy. Actually like each other.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna work out. So, hygiene. We
you guys are just we're nasty. We clean what we need to clean. We need to do. We go and we don't shower and get. This is what some of you are more on the clean side, but you may not be as clean as the woman is, or vice versa. Sometimes before you go to the bedroom, sometimes it's good just to
Freshen it up,
brush up.
you know?
I mean, if you have the sink and just put a little water,
Get some water on that.
you need to do that.
Freshen it up.
You go to the bathroom.
Make sure everything's clean.
You drop a deuce. Is that appropriate? Deuce. You drop a load. You go to the bathroom. You use the toilet. Sometimes maybe you just don't want to just use paper. Maybe you want to go ahead and put some water on the paper.
Or some wipes.
And clean yourself fully before you get in the bed. Because there's nothing worse than leaving smells in your bedroom.
Okay, we're going to stop talking about that. They're going to think it's us.
It's not us. Not us.
Please.
But you can leave.
But it's important.
But it's very important to because you don't want any type of funky smell coming up in your bedroom.
Yes.
That's foul.
And you want to make sure.
And you may not know. You may not know.
Sometimes you don't know. Or sometimes you forget that you left a tampon up there. And then you're like, good God Almighty.
What does that smell?
You are praising Jesus and asking him, what is that? And then he lets you know, hey.
Maybe you need to go to the doctor.
You need to go to the doctor.
And it does happen because of working at the hospital. You see people come in and they think they took it out, but they didn't take it out. But you have to understand different types of things and different odors, different things that you need to know. And you can't be afraid to talk to your spouse about it.
You cannot be afraid to talk about it.
No.
It is embarrassing. It is like, oof, but this person you have to build a safe space with.
If you have to show them something that a lot of times men will come in with abscesses in certain areas or whatever, but they didn't want to show or tell their spouse because they were embarrassed.
Right.
But yet, you have this thing growing on you, or you have this boil here, and you should have said something, but you were too embarrassed to tell your spouse who you sleep with that you even have it.
Yeah.
You have to be able to talk. Or the female, the wife, will do the same thing because she's embarrassed and she doesn't want to talk about it because she doesn't know how the other person, she feels that they're going to reject them. And that's something that's common.
Yeah. I think I'm lucky that you're a nurse because I'm like, ooh, look at this ugly mug. Look at that.
Yes. Yeah, I am a nurse. I am.
So it's a little bit easier, but
registered, not certified. Not registered nurse. Nothing wrong with being certified. But go back to school.
Okay. So
it makes a huge difference.
We're talking about,
especially in this economy,
what I wish I had known before saying I do.
Recession proof.
Yes. I wish I had known that finances could wreak havoc on your relationship if not talked about thoroughly.
Finances is one of those huge things that will break up a marriage, because you start hoarding money. You start thinking money is yours and not your couple. Your couple. All money is our money.
Yeah.
There's no separate part unless you talk about that. Yeah.
Ooh, here's a good example. Okay. So when we first got married, well, I'm just gonna give a general example. All of this stuff pretty much did come from the first year.
Did we mention it was a rough first year?
Ooh,
first
it was
2 years.
Beyond rough. No,
Year and a half. The first year and a half.
No,
it would be 2 years.
Yeah, the second year was difficult. The first year was hell. Because
the first month was all right.
Yeah, the first month was fine.
But then after that,
it was just.
That's when we were fully just together with us by ourselves. Yes, and then the baby came, and then
not after the first month.
No,
anyway.
No. But after the baby came, that's when it really went just.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to talk about these things beforehand because the hormones come up and everything. And
okay. Wait.
Okay.
So go back. So
go back to finance.
Here's an example. If you need a car, you two are married, you need a car, and your bank account is going to tell you what you can do. Okay.
It should tell you.
Okay.
What you should do.
Your bank account has a number in it, and that number lets you know what kind of car you can get. So say that number says you can purchase a Ford, but you want a Mercedes. Now, Of course, you can always get the Mercedes, but doing so is not financially wise because you already know that your bank account's saying Ford level.
Yeah, it could be used for it.
It's
It could be.
it's based on you. You need not spend everything because you have to save some and you have to sow some.
And it also includes your engagement ring or your wedding ring.
Yes.
You can't spend a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 ring
Yeah.
if that's not your income level.
Right.
You don't buy based on what you want or your expectations. You buy based on where you are financially and with a sound decision. So maybe you just have a wedding band, and every year you're married, you increase that. But you just can't do that to yourself and put yourself behind.
You will cause not only financial stress, but you will definitely cause marital stress. I think that for me, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, the way they used to say it.
It's filleted. That camel,
yeah,
that camel was done.
That over this wedding ring, that he was like, oh, you can get any ring you want. And every woman wants to hear that.
I got the ring. It was a nice ring.
It was a nice ring. It was ooh. But yeah.
And let me tell you how much I was making in Kentucky at the time.
Was you making $17?
No, it was before that because we first got married. Where was I at? I wasn't even at Ellen Berry.
It was at UPS, wasn't you?
It was by that time
I was at UPS.
I was UPS. It wasn't even full-time UPS.
Oh wow.
I was pulling in maybe I remember one time we had a check. I remember one check was $135 after tax.
And I had a $3,000 ring on my finger.
$135 after tax. And this is back in 1993. Ooh, man. Yeah. So that was a heck of a ring.
I had no business.
No
having a $3,000 ring.
No business
on my finger.
But we wanted to be like, ooh, this is how much I love her. See, this is love her.
I was like, damn.
And K Jewelers giving out credit to everybody. What is that? Eventually, so what had happened was. We had pawned it a few times.
Once.
Yeah, to get money because we had money. Our electricity bill 1 month was $700.
That's like $300 back then. That was crazy.
It was $700 because we were down from Virginia.
Oh.
It was like $700. Wait, what is that?
It was insane.
We didn't have rent payment at that time. It was $700 was the electric. And then when we finally did get a place, because we got a different place, the electric was down, and we only were paying $615 a month on the place we were in. Oh my God. We couldn't even get the $600, $50 a month.
No. So I had to return the ring.
Well, I had to return the ring. I had to take it back.
Yeah.
But this was even before 615.
Yeah.
But it was just it was too much to do. It was just
it was unnecessary conflict in our relationship, unnecessary stress.
Yes, but we had talked about it kind of sort of, but it was more like, hey, this got to go back. I can't. It was too much.
It was too much emotionally, financially. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do that. If your account says wedding band, get a band and have the lifelong commitment, because that's what's important.
The most important thing for you to remember: bands will make them dance. Bands will make them dance.
You know what?
A wedding band will make them dance. You don't have to have any other type. A wedding band will make them dance. You don't need to get the whole expensive thing. Just a wedding band. Bands to make them dance. Bands to make them dance.
Because you're going to be dancing.
That's right.
Okay.
So either you're going to be happy.
Are you going to be happy and dance?
$40 band.
Right.
Boom.
There you go.
Whatever you need. And then
they're cute now. You could put engrave them.
Yes.
You can even do like matching tattoos on your finger or something. That's gonna, something.
Wow.
As long as it's in your
business, but in the business world, you'll see that, and it's like you have a preconceived. Don't do that. Don't do the tattoo on the hand. Keep it hidden someplace.
All right. What's something that you wish you would have known before we said I do?
How important it is to be friends with the person that you're marrying.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because you have to get to the level where you want to be around Some people say, and I think I've heard it before, I don't want to be around, what, I can't be with that person. Or could you be with the person if you had to be on an island or someplace with a person 24 hours a day for a full year, could you do it? And people are like, no, I can't be around that person for that long.
Wow.
You have to be able to be around somebody and be able to accept that person and like that person enough that is your, you can talk to them. That's your,
because that would be your saving grace when you get mad or with something like that, because you're friends, you can't stay mad or you still want to be with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be something that's going to ground you together and keep you together.
Yeah.
That friendship.
You have to get the friendship with the person that you're with. You have to be able to communicate and talk to that person. You have to be able to be open and honest.
Right.
To a point. I'm always going to say that point.
He always say that.
Yeah,
if you want to know why he says that, you're going to have to go through our YouTube channel and find the episode where he talks about that.
You have to, everything is to a point until you can grow to be able to accept that person for everything.
Oh, here's a big one. I wish I knew that marriage is serving one another. It's like a covenant of trying to outdo the other in love. I never thought, because like when I thought about marriage, it was, all the songs in the 90s. I like the 90s love songs. I say love songs, but and they would be like, I'm going to do this, whatever you want, lady, I'm going to do for you. So that's all I knew. He's going to please me. He's going to love me. He's going to do this. I never had any thoughts about what am I doing
or listening to those real words that they were actually saying. They say some words back then, you don't realize it.
Yeah, I probably
you grow older and you're like.
That too. That was a lot of it too. But I had
sacrifice.
No thoughts of that. And it's like when you hear love stories, it was always the man coming in and, sweeping the woman off their feet, and he did everything for her. But marriage is service.
Yeah.
I am also to do things for you, and you let me do things for you.
Was it? Say she moved away from it might help you there. But it's sacrifice. Marriage is sacrifice. The thing that you heard was, oh, marriage is 50-50. Oh, marriage is not 50-50.
It is not.
No, it's 100-100. And sometimes the person that maybe can only give you 30.
110-90.
Yeah, it could be 30-70. It could be 50-60.
No, because each person's giving 100. So if I'm only giving 70, you got to get more to make that 200%.
Okay. Whatever. You're not always the same level.
Yeah.
And sometimes we may be both giving everything we have, which is 100. And it could be 100. We're giving everything because we have everything. Maybe sometimes it may be a little bit less, but we're always going to match up to my 100.
Yes.
Or if not, we're just together.
That's why you got to be
It's all I got.
Yes. But serving one another recognizes that.
Yes.
You get tired of serving sometime. You need to take a break.
You do have to take a break.
You need to sit back.
That's right. It's like going to a buffet. And all they got in the buffet, you look at the buffet, you look into the line,
Shout out to Nada Grant.
All you see there is the person they have toast, oatmeal, and sausage. That's all they got. That's all they got.
Don't go asking for
Can I get some eggs? I'm sorry, ma'am. This is all I got. Okay. How about you got any
you got fruit? This is all I got. What about yogurt? This is all I got. And then don't walk away mad because that's all they offer.
And sometimes your marriage, this may be all you have. This is all it is. It's all the tools we have. It's this. Don't get mad because you don't have any more tools. Wait, develop those tools, and then you can add to your buffet.
Yes, I like that example.
I can do that sometimes.
Yes. Okay, what is something that you wish you would have known?
It was sacrifice. I just went into it.
Sacrifice.
Okay, let me go ahead and say, understanding that a sacrifice isn't a one-time event. Okay.
Wow.
It has to be a continuous part of your partnership.
Baby, let's go. Okay, it is not. It is not a one-time thing. It's a lifetime of trying to outdo one another.
Well, just being you. It's a lifetime of just being you.
Being better though.
But you are better.
I love him.
As long as you're you, you will do everything you can to be you. When
That's
you're trying
true.
to be something
Yeah.
else or somebody else, then you never will measure up because you can never be somebody else and be the best that you can be.
That's
You
good.
can only be the best that you can be
Mhm.
when you're trying to be you.
You. That's good. Did y'all write that down? I hope you're taking notes.
I can't even remember what I said.
Rewind it back.
Be you.
I wish I knew that my husband cannot fulfill all my needs. That's God's job.
Yes, I can't be everything for you.
Yeah. So if I want to go on a hot air balloon ride,
I
I'm
ain't
gonna have to
going
find
with
somebody else.
you. I'm not doing it. Conservative on that.
If I want to go on a helicopter ride over Niagara Falls, I'm gonna have to find somebody else.
Been there, done that. Nope. I did not like it. Can I do it? Yes.
Does he want to? No.
No. Ferris wheel?
No.
Do not like it. Will I do it? Yes. Will I like it? No.
So
And trust me, I will call weight limit. Weight limit.
he will.
Hang glide.
He will.
Nope. You want to go?
What is that thing?
It's called no.
Zip lining. No.
Not gonna do it.
ATV, maybe.
I'll do ATV.
Yeah, he do ATV.
Yeah, because it's
sometimes you do. You be like, no, I really don't feel like doing that.
Because I don't feel like doing it, but I can do that. Yeah.
But so you have to know those things. You have to know that they can't do everything, and
they don't
that's
want to
by
do it.
design.
That's right. Yeah, you have to have empathy.
You need God. You need God first of all.
You need to understand why that person's not going to do that, or why they don't feel comfortable doing that.
Because they don't feel comfortable doing it.
No.
So if they don't feel comfortable doing it,
no.
Just if it's just an activity, then whatever.
Yes.
But if it's something else, then you use your skills to talk to one another
and listen
to see why.
Yeah, you have to be able to listen.
Let me understand and be on the same page with you.
Yes.
That's what you want to do. You want to be on the same page with one another.
Yeah, and you can always say, I'm African American, I'm wise, and I know not to put myself in risk because that's just stupid. I'm not going to walk to the edge of something and jump off the edge of it.
Right.
It's a perfectly good plane.
And why am
I jumping out? Why am I jumping off of this perfectly good plane? Why am I going? I don't live in the water. You got sharks. Yeah, got things that eat people, eat things in the water. Mm-hmm. That's their home. If they came in my home, I'm gonna shoot them. If I go in their home,
they might eat.
They might eat me. I don't know why I'm gonna oh, that's a big seal. No, that's me. I'm not getting on a board. I'm not. I'm going. Me. I'm not. There's certain things that I'm just not gonna do because to me. Anyway, so as I was saying before, you have to have empathy. Put yourself in that person. You have to be able to listen. You have to be able to listen.
Oh, let's see. We're going to do one more, and then you need to come back for part 3. I wish that someone would have told me that he has a family that comes with him. I had no clue that I had to deal with in-laws. What do you do if they don't like you? What do you do for holidays?
What do you do when you don't understand that your family has a way that they interact with you, which is going to be the same way they interact with your spouse?
Maybe.
And if you're not understanding how they interact with the person, you won't understand how they interact with you. So you could have a person whose family members are real close and they hug and they do all this stuff together. And the other person that you married to they're introverted and they don't do that.
They don't do hugs.
That's not what they do. Therefore, you're going to have an issue. Or if you have a person you're married to and the person's family jokes a lot, or they have fun and they do the dozens, they do all this stuff.
But you don't like joking.
But you don't joke. It's not who you are. And then you come in and they do it with you. Now you take offense because you didn't understand who that family is and who they came into. Or you have a family who's very standoffish, that doesn't want to be around, that don't do anything, and you didn't get along with your family, or you didn't get along with your mother. Now that becomes a problem too. But you have to understand who that person is, who their family is, and how they react with their family.
You need grace. You have to extend grace because, here on the Strong Marriage Live podcast, it's a Christian podcast. And everything is going to be based in biblical principles.
I like that. Christ is the center. He's the source. Know your source.
Yes. Know your source. I like that. Know your source. Write that down. Know your source. So we have come to the end
Parents
of
make you dance.
this episode. What we wish we would have known before we said I do on September the 25th in 1993. And we hope that you have gathered some information that's going to help you to ask the right questions, to have the conversations so that you can strengthen your relationship.
Yes,
And
because
as always, you really can have the marriage of your dreams. You just need the tools to build it.
Now take on the day.
Take on the day.